everybody. In today's lesson, we're going to be doing Reader's Notebook, page 119. It's the comprehension section for our story this week, which was called The Goat and the Rug. Hopefully you had a chance to read it or listen to Mrs. Noward. She read it to you on this YouTube channel. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. First, we should always read the directions, right? This story tells how a Navajo woman uses her goat's wool to weave a beautiful rug. Read and answer the questions about the story. And we know that we're preparing ourselves for third grade. We always write in complete sentences, right? All right. So what we have to do is we have to read pages 281 to 282, and then we have to decide what does Glen May do first. So if we look back at our book, on page 281 to 282, we have Glen May, the Navajo weaver, and Geraldine, our goat, and she was sharpening her scissors. And then, after she sharpened her scissors, she flips Geraldine over and she cuts off her wool. So let's write that, okay? You can follow along and record your answers as well. Glen May sharpens her scissors and cuts Geraldine's wool. And actually, one of the fun facts that Geraldine told us was that it's actually called mohair, but we can just call it wool. Period. Now I have a subject and a predicate, so I have my complete sentence there. All right, on to the next one. Page 284. What does Glen May do in this part of the story? Well, we could read the story, we can look at the picture. She combed her wool, remember? So now we have to put this in a complete sentence. Glen May combs the wool. Okay, on to number 3. Read page 285. What does Glen May do with Geraldine's wool now? Well, here's page 285. She carefully started to spin the wool, one small bundle at a time, into yarn. So she's spinning the wool into yarn. We're going to go ahead and put that into a complete sentence. Now, I've got to start off with Glen May. What does Glen May do with Geraldine's wool now? Glen May, I'm going to add in what she does, spins Geraldine's, I like that name, wool into yarn, period. And look, we only have 2 left. I'll go ahead and make this smaller so you can pause it if you're going a little bit slow, or if I'm going too fast, actually. All right, so let's move this up. Here we go. 2 more problems. Read pages 286 to 289. What else does Glen May do? Well, in this section of the book, she goes and she looks for all of these plants so she can make the dye to dye the wool. But do you remember what Geraldine does? She eats all the plants. So she ends up going to the town to get her dye. And she actually says that it's not as good as the dye that she makes. So we could write that. What else does Glen May do? We could add any of those ideas. I'm going to add the one that where she goes to look for the plants. Glen May searches for plants to make her die. And our last question. Read pages 292 to 294. What does Glen May do last? Well, the very last thing she does is she puts everything on her loom. Remember, the loom is the big contraption that she uses to weave her rug. So that's what she does. She puts all of her yarn on the loom and weaves the rug. So how can I put that into a complete sentence? What does Glen May last? The last thing Glen May does is the last thing Glen May does is she weaves the yarn into if you remember what she makes with Geraldine's wool, she weaves it into a rug. Sorry about this part right here. I moved a little bit too close. Hopefully you can see that. Let me go ahead and make this smaller. Pull this down so that you can see. And there is what we have. And then let's make sure it's not so shiny again. Hopefully that helps you with Reader's Notebook page 119.